Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of Tight Talk on Turnbuckles. I'm your host, Tildy M, with my co-host, Roach Boy Red.
What's up, guys?
And we are breaking down Mania Night 2. That's right, Night 2. This weekend was a big extravaganza. It was stupendous. It was the greatest WrestleMania main event of all time. At least that's how it was marketed. And we are here to tell you, in our opinions, in our words, if that was true or not. So, Red, you ready to get into it?
Yes, sir.
Sweet.
Alright, so, overall, I thought it was a great time. It was one of the brighter WrestleManias in recent years, and even in my time watching wrestling. Wasn't the best quality. There were a few weird matches and stuff.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. What were your thoughts on it?
My favorite WrestleMania since 30. That's what I'll go with. Sorry, everybody. This is some really good weed that my partner here has rolled up. My favorite WrestleMania since WrestleMania 30. The McAfee Match was so much fun. Great segment. I think that provided the rough WrestleManias that we had the last couple of years, this one was a great one. It was a great feel. I definitely enjoyed the underlying tone of advancing the future. Like, a lot of people aren't going to pick up on that, but, like, a lot of this stuff was geared towards the older stars getting the newer stars of tomorrow prepared. That's what I felt from it. You know what I mean?
I definitely agree with that.
And I think that that's, like, what we look forward here to most in pro wrestling. WWE so much is accused of holding on to the past, dragging themselves back to the well repeatedly. Well, this seems like more so the stars and the legends were being used for nostalgia and furthering purposes of the younger stars here. You know what I mean? Even
For
having
sure.
Austin bring in Pat McAfee and stunning Byron Saxton, even though these guys are announcers, semi-competitors, because Saxton also used to wrestle.
Yeah.
It's still the future. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It isn't just Austin McMahon. It didn't take Michael Cole to get into the ring to get stunned. Like, we're getting new shit, and, like, I feel like this is a really hard reset for WWE today based off of a great show.
Yeah, for sure. If anything, Night 2 showed us that they are willing to go back to the more extravagant WWE lifestyle. We saw, like, human-sized mousetraps and shit last night. It was incredible.
Absolutely.
But as we get into our match card, the night opens up with Triple H coming out. The second his music hit, it was as big of a pop as Stone Cold coming out at night one almost.
Easily.
But he comes down, introduces WrestleMania, and gives his thanks to everyone for all they've done for him in the ring or as viewers. Yeah. And honestly, we got to thank Triple H. A lot of, like, my most memorable moments, the most important moments, and some of my just personal favorite moments in my wrestling history involve Triple H. And I can't thank him enough for that. Like, wrestling shaped a lot of my childhood, and he was there the entire time.
That's a pretty big fact, man. Same thing for me. Even before just, like, the Triple H iteration that we know, again, like, I'm old as dirt. You guys will notice that on the channel. The more things that I reference, but, yeah, I can remember Hunter Hearst Helmsley. I definitely can.
Coming into that, like, classy, like, mansion music.
The blue blood. Like, I loved it. Like, it was a great gimmick. I think he's always been a solid hand. Like, Triple H has always been solid. Like, and he's always been good at getting guys to look good. Like, his matches with Foley, some of my favorite stuff. You know what I mean? Some of my favorite stuff. And his contributions in the ring are to be talked about for sure, but, like, I think the thing that needs most focused on is his contributions behind the scenes and to the future and the well-being of pro wrestling. Not even just NXT, but the stuff he's done and is still doing for some of these guys. Like, he still has a relationship with Adam Cole. He still has a relationship with Kyle O'Reilly. He still talks to Joe. This guy...
And I think that's kind of evident from, like, at the end of Tommaso Ciampa's match at Stand and Deliver, he came out and personally, like, he made sure Tommaso was going to get his moment at NXT because he deserves it. Like we talked about a few days ago, multiple times, honestly.
Yeah.
He was the last holdout of the NXT we know and we definitely love.
Absolutely, and it's sad. It's sad to see the old guard of wrestling taking such a knee at this juncture in pro wrestling, because it's happening rapidly, man. Like, and I don't even want to just say in pro wrestling, break from pro wrestling for a second. Just in entertainment, period. You look at guys like Bruce Willis. He's retired for whatever reasons he has, health reasons. That's fine. He retired. Jim Carrey just retired 2 days ago. These are guys that we all, again, 90s, we grew up knowing and loving, probably around the same times that we were loving Triple H. Probably around the same times we were loving a Hogan heel run. That was this guy, again, I'm old as dirt. I can remember Bash at the Beach.
NWO, baby.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, let me tell you something. You should tell these people to keep their mouths shut if they want to hear something I have to say, and that's all I have to say about that. That was a fucking promo.
That's for sure.
Hell yeah. But, yeah, man, like, Triple H is a GOAT and will forever be a GOAT, and the wrestling world and us specifically here at Pages, Pictures, and Panels, Tight Talk on Turnbuckles, we thank you for your contributions.
For sure. Couldn't have said it better myself. But with that wonderful introduction to the show, we come to our first match of the night, which was the Raw Tag Team Championship match, RK Bro versus the Street Profits versus Alpha Academy. I enjoyed that match a lot. It was I don't think it was like anything special for a WrestleMania showcase.
Yeah.
But it was a good triple threat tag match. And as we'll get to later in the card, it's hard to do multi-team tag matches. So I think with what they have at their disposal, they did a great job. There were some great spots for RK Bro specifically.
Right.
I think they're building to something, though. Like, I can't tell what it is. It's not a Randy heel turn like it normally is, so it's hard for me to gauge it.
That would be lame.
But RK Bro is building to some big storyline, and I think Street Profits are going to be involved in it. I think Alpha Academy is who they're utilizing to have got them to this WrestleMania point.
Yeah.
I think Alpha Academy won't be too much of a problem now.
Yeah.
Especially with the Gable versus Gable spot at the end of the match. I did like that moment as a whole, though. The whole cheers between Street Profits and RK Bro and shit.
Yeah, and then Bull slapped it out of his hand.
Yeah, it was very pro wrestling. It felt great.
I loved it. I just don't. Well, first off, Gable Steveson. Can we omit him? Can we just omit him? Like, yeah, he had a great overhead suplex, but it's from Chad Gable, so Chad Gable will make you look good. I'm already down on this guy. Reminds me of a low rent Jason Jordan. And Jason Jordan was pretty great, and people hated him. Just seems like I don't know how this is gonna work out. But
I'm kind of open on the guy. Like, I definitely feel indifferent towards him right now. But like, if we could get like a modern era Kurt Angle quality grappler, oh boy, that could be something that would be great to watch on screen.
Absolutely.
But it's WWE, and I don't want to say I don't have faith in them, but we got to be wary of what they do with their booking and planning of these characters. Yeah. So, I don't know. It could go either way. But one way it did go was RK Bro winning, retaining their titles. Yeah. And I'm excited to see what the future has. I do like Randy Orton as a face. It doesn't happen often. And Riddle's such a goofy character that Randy kind of grounds him and makes me like him more than him by himself.
I see a Randy heel turn coming, but not in the traditional senses where he's going to turn on Riddle. I see him trying to get Riddle to turn with him, and that's where they break.
That'd be kind of cool.
I think that's where they break. I think
fucking some Sith Lord shit.
If you put their like little holographics at the beginning, they're both Vipers.
Mm-hmm.
So they're one of a kind. He's not just going to.
I love that new animation, by the way. It's so weird, but it's so funny.
It's so weird, but it's so fitting. Like, I love The Odd Couple. I've always loved The Odd Couple. And
like Hurricane.
They're basically they replicated Team Hell No. It's the exact same thing.
Kane is such a great part of Odd Couple tag teams.
Absolutely, always has been.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that this has the potential to be one of WWE's most popular, if not their most popular, homemade tag team of all time.
Because people have wanted to love Randy Orton for years, but it's so hard to like the guy. His character is such a good heel, and he's such an asshole himself, which I personally love. I'm sure you do too.
Oh my god, I love it. But like, he always wasn't that great in ring.
Yeah,
he
has a few things that are perfect textbook moves in ring.
Fucking dropkick.
Yes. Always. Oh my god, his fucking lanky ass self. He stretches across the whole ring with that shit.
Dude, he has always had an amazing drop kick, and I will stick to it. But
he's better than his dad, that's for sure.
Yeah, man. And Riddle's great. Riddle's amazing. Riddle's been doing his thing for fucking years.
I think he could go for a style change up in ring to better fit his actual experience as like an MMA fighter and stuff.
Well,
so,
he used to be more of that. They've toned him down a bit.
Word.
Yeah, they've toned him down a lot. Like if you like check out his work in MLW, or him and Swerve Strickland had a match for the MLW World Championship.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and it was fucking insane.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to check that out after the show.
PA versus PA, because he's definitely from Allentown.
A lot of people are. Allentown's a big place.
Yeah.
Shout out to Allentown.
Word.
But yeah, it was overall. I would definitely give it probably like 3.5 out of 5 stars. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great. I don't think there was a 5-star match for me per se of the night, but this was the second best quality match I think of the night.
What really hurt it is them having that really great triple threat match like 3 weeks ago on Raw that had KO and what's his name in it.
And that's what I've noticed a lot. A lot of the build towards WrestleMania was just these matches reworked in weird ways, like weird handicap matches, weird triple threats, weird tag team matches, and that's what a lot of the different matches on the cards over both nights were.
Yeah.
So it took away a lot of the spectacle of it, but that being said, every match at Mania had their great WrestleMania spots, and I'll say every match has their great WrestleMania spots, except for I did not like our next match at all, and I know you did not either. Bobby Lashley versus Omos.
It's a waste.
Yeah, I hate Omos.
Such a waste.
Yeah, we don't even have to, like, I try to always beat around the bush with, like, my feelings about wrestlers, but no, I can't stand him. I don't like the big guy. I didn't like Great Khali. Giant Gonzalez was a goof.
He's worse than Khali. Well, he's more mobile than Khali, but Khali didn't talk as much. Like,
yeah.
And, like, Khali didn't
understand ring direction and stuff like Omos actually does, but Omos is just a generic, like, towards the end of Andre the Giant's life quality.
I don't like the
wrestler.
fact he soured me when Lashley came out to challenge him. Was that last week?
Yeah.
And like his music hits, and Omos starts fucking smiling like he breaks kayfabe. Or maybe he's not smiling. Maybe he's grimacing. I don't know. I can't tell the difference between the two. That's another reason I'm not into the guy. His face doesn't dictate emotion. He looks one way all the time.
That's
to me,
sure.
He should just look mean and have a manager. If he had a manager, kind of like Khali did, that's why Khali worked.
Or even Muhammad Hassan. Yeah. His manager was great.
It wasn't this. Oh, yeah, that was Sean Daivari.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking another great wrestler. Wow. His little brother is Arya Daivari. Did you ever see him wrestle?
No.
He's great. He used to be in 205 Live and NXT. But that's another pod. Yeah, man. Fuck Omos. I'm sorry, Bobby, that they stripped you of that fucking belt. Can't explain why.
He could have been back by WrestleMania with the belt for this match, and it would have put on a lot better than what we'll get to later.
Shit, it could have been a triple threat.
That would have been incredible. Bobby makes for so many good spots because he's got the stamina and the strength of Brock and Roman.
Lord.
But, yeah, I'm glad to see Bobby's back. I hope we get a good push from him as a... I don't think they're gonna... The title scene is a mess right now. I don't think it's gonna change up anytime soon with the Roman stuff.
Yeah.
So I think they just need to give him a good storyline. Like, I don't know. It would be hard to figure out what they would do with him. But we've had a few good Bobby runs in the past outside of just his performance. But I'm excited to see what he has in store for us. He's back, and we'll see. But the next match is the... No pun intended or pun intended, I don't care. The zaniest match that I've seen in...
A while.
Yeah, maybe my history of pro wrestling.
A while.
There was some goofy shit, and overall I loved it. It was funny as shit, but it was not a wrestling match, that's for sure.
I did not
We have
watch
Sami
this.
Zayn versus Johnny Knoxville in an Anything Goes match. You didn't watch it?
I did not watch this.
Oh.
I will be 100%. I saw clips of this afterwards, but like I literally switched over to WWE 2K22, which is available now on all digital platforms and in stores. But yes.
But you have to buy a digital to get the NWO edition, which I needed because NWO, man.
Exactly.
But I thought it was a goofy match, if you will, but there were some cool spots, I'd say. Sami Zayn took a bump on the fucking mousetrap table. That was pretty funny and cool, and it fucked him up a little bit. I noticed after the match when he's laying there in the human mousetrap, he has like little fucking cuts all over the backs of his arms and shit from getting snapped up by mousetraps. So that's pretty fucking ballsy.
That was awesome.
The Wee Man fucking Andre the Giant quality slam, bro. That shit was amazing. Wee Man's one of my favorite members of the Jackass crew. Always has been, because I knew him from Big Brother and skateboarding.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Wee Man's great. He's definitely athletic, and he killed that shit. Slammed the hell out of him. Knoxville had a really nice tornado DDT in the match.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. Other than that, it was just a lot of funny boy stuff. He got slapped by the big hand, which the internet has dubbed the child of Mark Henry and Mae Young. But
hand popped up.
Knoxville took a table bump too in the corner, so that was pretty nice.
Wow.
They brought out the nut kicker boot. Overall, it was fun.
I came back in the room, I fucking saw Party Boy.
I was gonna say, fucking Party Boy came out and he was in a t-shirt and pants at first. And it took really long for him to rip it off, and I was like, man, the PG era strikes again and fucking censored Party Boy. And then that shit comes off and he Hulk Hogan'd out of his shirt, bro. It was awesome.
I just was staring like, this is incredible.
It was really awesome. Happening. And then Wee Man fucking eye jabs Sami Zayn and comes out from under the ring like a little gremlin. It was insane. And then they all just hop the barrier, the rest of them, Tremaine and them, and get him. It was awesome. Crazy. Yeah, it was definitely fun. It was one of the most fun wrestling matches I've watched in a while.
Word.
It was definitely straight comedy. It was not like... Sami Zayn definitely put over the promos for that movie almost, because you're not putting over Knoxville. He's a celebrity, not a wrestler.
See, what I'm like... I was more expecting, like... I don't know what I was expecting. I was so upset. Just because, again, it's another really good wrestler tied up in a Hollywood storyline, but he got a huge payday, and I'm sure he got to buy some nice stuff for his family, so I'm excited. But nothing against Johnny Knoxville, but I like to keep my peanut butter out of my eggs.
Yeah, I felt that. And if it is going to be a celebrity match, do Pat McAfee, bro. Yeah. We'll get to that match, but that was one of the most exhilarating matches of either night, honestly. It was great. But... we talked about this match a little bit earlier in regards to the Randy Orton RK Bro match. Yeah. Our next match is the Women's Tag Team Championship. It's a fatal four-way. Carmella and Queen Zelina, the champions, versus Sasha Banks and Naomi versus Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley and Natalya and Shayna Baszler. First things first, this match was a mess. I didn't like it. It was... You couldn't tell who was the legal person more than 30% of the time, which is always an issue for me. What's the point? Should have made it a tornado tag at that point.
This was like an AEW Year 1 match. That's what it felt like. Just a bunch of random chaos and spots.
And it sucks because, there were a couple cool spots within the match, but they were so muddied with everything else that I couldn't really tell what they were.
Yeah.
I definitely, after the match ended, I think I was a little bit blinded because we all know I love Naomi. And, Sasha's grown on me a lot. I definitely love her. I watched the Evil documentary on Peacock and her episode. Bro, her love for Eddie Guerrero, how can I not love her?
She's great.
Eddie Guerrero is my biggest influence, and it's her biggest influence.
Yep.
And that's incredible to me. I love it. I love that they took the belts in this mess of a match, but... It definitely blinded it. I'm excited for what happens in the future with them.
Hopefully, we can get them versus Toxic Attraction and unify those belts as well, because there's no need to have two sets of tag team champions.
That'd be awesome, honestly. But yeah, I don't really have much to say about it. I'd say it was probably a 2.5, 3 out of 5. I'll say 3 out of 5 because it was a exciting finish at least.
I'll give it that 3 out of 5. I wanted to say 2 out of 5, but I'm just gonna take it up 1 and match my partner.
If Sasha wouldn't have hit the frog splash, I would say 2.5.
She didn't even have the second best frog splash on the show. That's what sucked about it. Logan Paul.
Yo, Logan Paul is so fucking talented, man. That was the best celebrity appearance. Pat McAfee had the best pop as a celebrity appearance.
Yeah,
but.
Well, he doesn't really count though. He's a celebrity.
I would say he's a commentator, but he's also a football player, so he is athletic. But we'll get to some of the spots in that match. They are off the wall. They are like it was the Mysterio's match of the night. I didn't expect much from it and got a fucking lot from it.
Have you seen him wrestle Adam Cole?
No.
Yeah.
I heard about that match, though. That's why I was texting my buddy Tony Hart. We talk about him on the show all the time.
Yeah.
The whole time he was like, bro, Undisputed Elite should just run out and kick his ass right now and join up with Vince McMahon. That would have been the most mind-blowing spot in wrestling history. I would have fucking screamed.
Do not think that that's not going to happen. I would like to do an exclusive pod on that because...
Cody Rhodes entrance alone was the start of it all, bro. Like...
What if...
That was AEW Cody Rhodes.
What? That's what I'm saying, bro. What if? Like, I don't know. What if there is an invasion coming? What if, like, Tony Khan and Vince McMahon sat down and was like, let's give them the best year of pro wrestling ever, bro. Like, my insides are beginning to melt even.
That'd be amazing, bro.
That's another show, though. That's another show.
But that brings us to our next match, and this was the best performing match of the night, for sure. Mm-hmm. AJ Styles and Edge. I'm loving the new Edge gimmick, for one. Like, you texted me during the show, and we're like, Edge has the greatest entrance of all time. I felt like that was slight hyperbole, but it was fucking incredible. That was like a WrestleMania 22-23 quality entrance, like when Triple H would come out on his fucking King of Kings throne and shit with Motorhead playing live.
Well, I loved it because I mean, this might sound silly, but that's how I see myself in my head. That's my avatar. I'm sitting on the throne with a lot of flames and bad shit.
The Prince of Darkness.
Exactly. Bow before me type shit. And that was fucking awesome to see it manifested. He looked fucking utterly evil.
Yeah, man.
It was awesome.
And they looked great in the show. They definitely played up the drama a lot, which helped them keep up the stamina for the length of the match.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It was a long match, and it was absolute bangers throughout it the whole time.
I think Edge was a lot heavier than AJ intended at times. Like, there was a bunch of different things when he did the rack bomb. Mm-hmm. It just looked like when he torqued Edge around, he was like, whoa, type shit. Like,
my man got yoked.
For sure. Like, he didn't know he was that fucking heavy. But, I mean, he pulled him off. It definitely was match of the night. Like, technical match of the night.
Yeah, definitely. I would definitely give this. This is the 4 out of 5 star match for me. This was the best, like, showing out for performers. I loved it. I love Edge. We all know it. And AJ Styles, man, he was one of the people who got me into TNA. He was beefing with Kurt Angle when I got into it, I think in like 2006. It was right after Kurt Angle left WWE, like right after, because I was there for his debut.
That might have been like 07, late 07, 08, because he did the Joe thing first.
Probably 07, because we were just talking about Great American Bash 2007, which I was around for.
Can you believe that? He fucking debuted, and the first thing he does in the first 30 seconds in a TNA ring, he fucking headbutts Samoa Joe.
I was going to say, he goes after Joe, he goes after Sting, he goes after AJ, he goes after Abyss. He went after some of the baddest motherfuckers in TNA at the time, right off the bat.
It's fucked up because they say that was Perk Angle.
I love that. That's my favorite Kurt Angle.
I have to say, if it is, that's my favorite Kurt.
People stopped chanting, "You suck," and that's how you knew that fucking Kurt Angle was at his peak.
Bro, what's crazy is Perk Angle... Originally, if you remember, when he first won the World Championship, when Batista got injured, and he popped up and won that Battle Royale, and he had the, who did he face? He faced Taker. It was No Way Out 06. Oh.
He was zooted.
That was where Taker first was using the Hell's Gate, like, submission shit. Oh my god, what a match.
But, like, I don't know, man. I thought TNA Angle that was the stuff, man. It wasn't, like... Prime Angle performance, but it was Prime Angle content.
I'm writing these down because we need to do videos on these. I'm not gonna lie. Like, there needs to be a booking. Oh my god, booking a year.
We're about to have to just keep a notepad on hand when we do episodes from now on.
Yo, for real, bro, because this is like content booking.
Oh, I mean, wait, we have a fucking notepad. It's on video.
Oh, yeah. Well, I guess you guys are the fucking notepad. Then booking a year of.
But yeah. Back to the match card though.
Yeah.
AJ and Edge, overall great match, and we gotta talk about that post-match, well, I guess end of match a little bit. Damian Priest, where the fuck did he come from? First off, this man showed up distracting AJ for just long enough for Edge to gain his bearings and hit the spear out of the air off of the fucking forearm.
Yeah.
Damian Priest, literally, he had to have been like sitting in the crowd with a fucking baseball cap and sunglasses or something, bro. He literally appeared like The Undertaker. It was the perfect entrance for him for the match. And Michael Cole, his fucking squirrely little voice always sells the excitement of shit. Like when Pat was beating ass, when Michael Cole was screaming, bro. It was one of the only times I've ever liked Michael Cole in the history of that guy.
Excited for Pat.
Yeah, it was wholesome. But yeah, Damian Priest and Edge joining up in a surprising faction. This feels very Brood.
I felt it's surprising that it's Damian, but they've been reporting for the last week that Edge is going to be getting a new heel faction. So, like, I'm surprised we haven't been able... Like, my schedule, everybody, so you know, when we're late on a day or two of videos, it's this guy's fault. My schedule has prevented us from being able to talk about everything, but yeah, they've been reporting he's getting a heel faction. Now, the word faction doesn't mean tag team, so we are expecting more members.
Mm-hmm.
I want to play a little bit. What if we get a debuting... Because he's coming tonight, for sure.
Tommaso?
I'm going to dig a little deeper in NXT. Debuting Braun Breaker.
Oh, man.
How cool.
If he gets a character, he might be great, because I do not like the little Steiner gimmick.
Edge snatches that right the fuck out of him. No, you got to be darker to be here.
That would be pretty cool. My main prediction is Tommaso Ciampa. He's definitely... I hope we see him tonight. Yeah. He had such a big exit. I think it'd be cool if they waited a few weeks to let him build up a little. Maybe give him like Veer-style promos, because we know we're also getting Veer tonight on Raw. We're going to have to cover that tomorrow. The whole episode is going to be nuts. The title unification.
Most anticipated debut in history.
Yeah.
Coming for fucking 9
Bro,
months.
there were Veer chants all night throughout the different matches and the different promos. But...
Like, what? Why?
The actual most disappointing match for me, though, is our next topic. And it was the New Day versus Sheamus and Ridge Holland. I was disappointed it wasn't on night one. I expected it to be a pre-show match last night. And I wish it would have been. It would have actually got the respect it deserved. I don't know what happened if it was a botched finish. It kind of looked confusing at the end when Woods took the pin.
Yeah.
And Kofi was just gone for like the whole match. He got
fucking...
What is the brogue kick?
Yeah. Oh, in a really wicked way.
Yeah, outside the ring. He got absolutely folded. So he was out literally the entire time.
Yeah.
And then Xavier Woods just got picked apart. He caught another brogue kick and it was over. I did not like this match. It was terrible. They came out dressed in support of Big E in cool Big E outfits.
Yeah. And
got absolutely demolished. It was bad. It was really just bad overall.
Makes me wonder, what do their contracts look like? I want to know. Like, who's re-signed?
Xavier Woods just came... This is his first or second match. He looked great in his first match, and then this happens. So,
what does his contract look like? That's what I want to know.
Facts.
How long is... Are these dudes about to be leaving soon? Because I'm not going to lie. Xavier Woods, I don't know how old you guys are, our fans, but like...
Or New Day's breaking up. I don't think... Kofi's not leaving, man.
He's a lifer.
Yeah.
Kofi's a lifer. But, I think E's a lifer as well.
I think without E, New Day is not as dynamic.
Well, New Day's not shit without Xavier Woods because he's the guy behind the thought.
That's what... It has to be all three of them almost, in my mind. Like, Kofi is the leader. They can keep it going now, I guess, without him. But, like, mainly, bro, it's all three of them together. Like, but definitely, Xavier Woods could be successful anywhere else. He's Consequences Creed, bro. He could definitely go back to Impact and fucking be huge. That's for sure. And take over, bro. I love them as a team, or as a stable, actually, or faction, whatever you want to call it. They are great. But that leads us into my personal favorite match of the night. Yeah. In Pat McAfee and Austin Theory. Alright. So that brings us to what I consider my personal favorite match of the night in Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory. This match was my personal favorite match of the night and one of my probably top 3 favorite matches of the event. I'm going to go right off the bat and say this is a 4.5 out of 5 for me. Not because of the quality of performance necessarily, but overall it was an experience from this match to the next match. We won't spoil it until we go in order, but so Pat McAfee puts on a fucking show, bro. He does it all. He does backflips. He does a beautiful Swanton bomb bump
Yeah.
Where he takes the hit, and it looked great, man. He was flying.
Pat's a fucking gem of an announcer, and he is a man's man. And you know what? I feel like a piece of shit because I didn't tune into the Pat McAfee program this morning. I'm not doing my due diligence. We should be supporting
Oh,
this.
damn, 9 a.m.
What the fuck? Like, what am I doing?
This man just won at WrestleMania.
Exactly, bro.
Damn.
I know he's talking his shit.
We're definitely going to have to go back and check that out after.
And I just busted open this morning. Jeez.
But, yeah. Overall, I loved it from start to finish. I'm not the biggest fan of this Austin Theory character. I don't like the being Mr. McMahon's little bitch. Yeah, it's just too sniveling. But Pat McAfee got his just desserts. He got the win. And Vince is sitting ringside the whole time looking like Shao Kahn. And apparently he's going to step up like Shao Kahn.
Yeah.
This man strips off the jacket to his weird little tank top and fucking challenges this man to it. Well, they both are just about to scrap. It's a mutual match.
Do you remember how buff Vince was in 06?
Yeah, man. He's pretty old now. He looks like a gorilla.
Yeah.
He's got some long-ass arms.
He's still pretty fucking big for
Yeah.
an old dude, bro.
Yeah, man. It was wild. Vince pretty much just beat his ass. He hit him with a bunch of clotheslines and shit.
Did you see the look on McAfee's face when they finally show... Because, like, when Vince starts stripping off his fucking garments, they kind of focus on him for a little bit, and then they finally show McAfee, and, like, the look on his face, he's like, are you fucking kidding me? Is this really happening?
You're gonna make me kill this old man?
Dude, and then he proceeds to bump for, like, fucking... what felt like 6 to 8 minutes.
It was very long. It was a lot of fucking taking hits. And it was mostly just clotheslines and shoulder tackles. Shout out to Shao Kahn again.
Because Vince has no finish.
Yeah. And, like, I understand he's old and stuff. It was a great time, though. It was good to see Vince in the ring. It was his first match at WrestleMania in a long time, and it was his first win at WrestleMania ever.
We are pointing this out because you said this, and this needs to be said. My partner had a Twitter moment. He said if this was 07, McAfee would have his nose buried 6 inches deep in Vince's ass.
And that's a stamped official statement.
This is true. This is true. The Kiss My Ass Club doesn't work. I don't even think we're in the PG era anymore. That's over.
I think we're in, like, whatever Roman's era is
about
now.
to say, because they say bitch and all types of shit like that.
Yeah,
now,
PG era. I felt like we didn't have, like, a face of the PG era.
Sure we did. John Cena.
I felt like he was the face of the Ruthless Aggression era.
No, face of the Ruthless Aggression.
John Cena overtook. That's what. See, John Cena just overtakes everything almost, I guess, is what that point boils down to. Because if he wouldn't have taken the fall for Roman and their beef, this could have been his generation and still called the new generation somehow.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, Cena had to move on to greener pastures and go make us laugh as Peacemaker, but...
Thank God.
Yeah,
I love it. As much as I love John Cena, bro, as a wrestler, him as an actor, that's a hidden gem.
And it's crazy because we all, at one point, I don't want to say I ever hated John Cena. I was sick of, like, the little bit of moves he had, but, like...
I'd kind of fallen off of wrestling by then, so I luckily didn't ever have that bad time with him.
Yeah, man, he had, like, he was Hogan. He had, like, 6 moves.
Yeah, and, like, he introduced that Thunder Fist for the movie that never got made, and it was literally just him charging up... I thought he dropped that for a while.
No, he did it in his last match, but it's not a finish.
Oh, God.
It's just like
it's literally just a punch.
Yeah, but see, like, there's a lot of people who had that. Roddy Piper's finish was a punch.
I hate that type of stuff.
Fuck. Jesus Christ. Tommy Dreamer's finish is a DDT. He has a fucking DDT, bro.
Yeah, man, I want dynamic finishes. You know what finish I always liked? Something like the Unprettier.
Yeah, that's different. Or like the Vertebreaker. Not for nothing, Big Show's finish.
Or the Codebreaker. That's real world deadly.
Big Show literally goes, boom, Roman Reigns. His fucking signature
the Superman punch.
And I'm not gonna lie, we're gonna get to that later.
The spear's a little, the Superman punch is corny. The spear is also one that always caught me as weird. I understand that is a full body tackle to the stomach. That's gonna knock the wind out of you long enough to get the pin.
Yeah,
it's better than a Superman punch, but Roman Reigns. Man, we'll get to him, I guess. But, so, this Vince McMahon match ends. Vince gets the pin. And right as shit's about to kick off a little bit more between those, we hear the glass shatter for the second time in 2 nights. And Jesus Christ, Stone Cold steals the show both nights. Honestly, they were both the most hyped segments of each night. The biggest pop out I've heard in a decade in WrestleMania.
Fair.
And it was incredible. Stone Cold comes out. He does his usual thing. He hits Vince McMahon with what is now certified as the worst stunner in pro wrestling history. It is worse than when Stone Cold stunned Linda McMahon.
I don't know about that, man. I think we really need to go back and look at some stunners. I'm almost certain I've seen at least 2 worse than that.
I don't know, man. It felt like he didn't even make it past the kick. First off, he fell into the corner and then Stone Cold had to gear him up again to grab him for the stunner and still performed what ended up looking like that.
I'm about to see if I can actually see a worse stunner real quick.
But afterwards, Stone Cold stunners that motherfucker right out of his shoes. Afterwards, he throws it into the fucking up the ramp, and actually, I love they show they cut to the fans and the shoe, and the fans are all just fucking grabbing at it like jackals. It was horrible. Exactly what you expect to see from a product that's been touched by Vince and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Great, another beer bash. It was a fantastic one. Yet again, Stone Cold still got it. It still had the same exact energy, and he offers Pat McAfee a beer and saves him from like a damsel in distress almost. It was fantastic. Hits him with the stunner. And then afterwards, when he's in the ring celebrating, Pat McAfee's knocked out, laid out in front of the announcer table. Michael Cole's checking on him. Stone Cold walks over, pushes Michael Cole out of the way, and he gives Pat McAfee a beer. Last scene of the entire segment is Pat McAfee just on his back, pouring beer into his mouth, half fucking stunned still. It was comedy gold. It was fan service gold, and Pat McAfee made the match like actually gold.
You mind if I answer this?
No, you're good.
Alright, sorry. Hello, Mom. Hello? Hello, Mom. I don't know what's going on. I can't hear her. She will call back. 1 second. Let me see if I can just call her back.
You're good, bro.
I'm so sorry.
No,
she's in the hospital right now, but...
Damn, is she good?
She had, like, fluid around her heart, but, like, they were trying to call me, too. Well, I mean, she's calling me, so she's not fucking dead. That's a good thing, I guess.
Please leave your message for...
That's auspicious. Alright, well, there's nothing that I could possibly do right at this moment. Let's finish the episode.
But we're on the last match anyway. Alright, that brings us to our last match, and my second least favorite match of the night, honestly. It was nothing special whatsoever, I felt, outside of being the title unification match. Oh, you still watching Stunners?
Yeah, I've seen like 2 worse Stunners already.
No way. Alright, run it back.
For sure. Alright, the Linda one's pretty bad, but...
Yeah.
The Trump one sucks.
Well, he didn't want to get his hair messed up, but at least he went into position.
What's
he
this
went
guy's
down.
excuse?
Who the hell was that even?
Was that Cole?
It looked like Michael Cole, but he's a scared little bitch, man.
Horrible.
Wait, was that Joey Styles?
Was it?
I don't know. It was one of those two, I swear.
Let's see.
He looked too flashily dressed to be Michael Cole.
It probably was Joey Styles.
And that makes sense. Joey, he probably yelped when he got hit with it too. Still,
he's from fucking ECW.
That doesn't change the fact that he's a commentator and a little bitch. He's so little, bro. Stone Cold's like a big guy still.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, that brings us to our final match, my least favorite, or not least favorite, my second least favorite match of the night. The shout out to Bobby Lashley again. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Do my man Bobby justice. Bobby, bitch.
Word, justice for fucking Bobby.
But Roman Reigns, the Universal Champ, and Brock Lesnar, the WWE Champ. This match was it was a clash of the Titans. Like they were some heavy hit. They were throwing meat, man.
Yeah.
Like it was a fucking slugfest for sure. They both were all beat up. You could see the marks all over their body like fucking Cody Rhodes was on night one.
Absolutely.
So it was definitely some heavy hitting shit. I don't think they really were pulling punches too much in the match. A lot of them looked really good. But
not really.
It was not a lot of versatility. It was Roman Reigns did 3 things. He did a body press to the back of Brock Lesnar. He did a bunch of Superman punches. He did a bunch of spears. That's pretty much it.
It was a Brock Lesnar match, bro. Like, if you look, it was a Brock Lesnar WrestleMania match. Now, that's not... Actually, you know what? I'm going to take that back, because Brock Lesnar normally has dynamic matches there. It was a Brock Lesnar match, though. Like, definitely a lot of spots. Like, him and Goldberg. That's what it felt like. It was built and predicated off of that formula. Like, just a lot of big moves.
But it wasn't even as good as that. They at least... it was pretty much just in-ring combat, except for the one through the barrier.
I think it was less than 10 minutes. How long was that match? Can we look? I'm about to look that up. Length of the match.
Yeah, I don't have a match time on here. But overall, that shit was like, I don't know, it was very generic for a WrestleMania main event. Like, how can you have that Stone Cold Steve Austin pop and then give us that? I think tonight is going to be what it's all about. I think this is the important part for Roman Reigns, and I think this is the part we're going to enjoy. He's going to get a lot of boos. They were getting a lot of boos through the match. The only time they were getting actual cheers from the fans is when Brock was hitting like some of his better spots.
Yeah.
But overall, nobody was really happy with it from what I've seen all over the internet. And I don't know, it was a Clash of Titans. I guess it was what we all expected, so I wasn't necessarily disappointed, but it was definitely not a good showing.
Yeah.
The title unification is going to be hyped tonight, though. I'm excited for that, actually, still, despite the match. I liked their feud. I liked the build to WrestleMania. Brock and him did some wild shit when Brock ripped the door off that truck like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
That was pretty fucking cool.
I need a new belt. That's what I need. I need a new belt. Like, don't give us a fucking belt that looks the same, which is different colors.
I feel like they're going to give us, like, a retro belt or something. Like, they're playing off nostalgia a lot lately. And I think it'd be cool if they give us a belt that looks maybe like the circular eagle wing belt. Something like that would be really nice.
Lordy B.
But overall, I don't know. What were your thoughts on this match specifically, since this was our main event?
Like I said, Brock Lesnar Goldberg type match. It was very high impact, very short. Seems like Roman had like some type of bicep or like some type of injury in his arm. Like after the Kimura lock by Brock, it just seemed like his shoulder. Like I mean, I don't know if they were like feigning or if this was just a work or not. But like he definitely was saying it's out, it's out, it's out. I'm talking about his shoulder. If he was working, you did well and you worked me for sure. Because I definitely was a little bit concerned, even when he's trying to raise the title. If it looked a little tender, like he legit couldn't get it up. So I don't know how that will play into tonight and the rest of this year. Knock on wood that it doesn't. But as far as the match, ending thoughts on it, I think that it did not live up to the hype that I thought it would, nor the length. Like a lot of people's prom night, actually, that's what that sounded like. But
the show ended at 11:47 exactly. I specifically looked at the time because I was like, "Yo, what the fuck just happened?"
Yeah, definitely was pretty fucking early, and I don't know, man. Like, hopefully we can move past this whole thing now and get some new blood for Roman. We'll see what tonight unfolds. He's the champ for both shows now, so that's what I'm looking forward to. One champ for both shows, one guy that everybody wants to get at.
Yeah.
That's going to be cool.
And we got to see some new stuff from Roman. He's going to be defending the title twice as much now, too.
Because he has new challengers.
So, yeah, they need to do something with his moveset. Make him a little more dynamic. I think it would be good. Make him a submission guy, bro. He's got the power and the build to, like, make it believable looking if he's overpowering someone with a submission. But he's not too big. Like Brock Lesnar, when he had that in, bro, Roman, as big as he was, like, disappeared behind this motherfucker's muscles, bro. It was incredible.
I think Lashley's bigger than both of them, though.
He's definitely, like, ballooned up, pumped. Yeah, his arms and chest are fucking giant.
He's fucking jacked, bro.
Yeah.
Genetically jacked.
Boy. Yeah, that guy.
It's like the new Scott Steiner.
Except better. He's a better performer for sure.
I don't know about a better wrestler, though. Scott Steiner was actually...
Rick Steiner was the one who was low-key the truth. Scott Steiner, I felt like, maintained a lot of his spotlight because of all his heat.
The fucking top rope Frankensteiner deal. The top rope Hurricane Rana shit.
I mean, a lot of people can do that.
That big?
Samoa Joe he can do any...
This is like 97.
Samoa Joe is doing that quality of stuff like 5 years later.
That's fair.
Samoa Joe is a lot fucking.
But look where we
less
hold Joe.
Yeah, Joe's a fucking royalty.
Listen, and nobody is a better promo than Scott Steiner. Fam, have you ever heard Steiner Math?
Man, there's better promo guys. Joe's not a better promo guy.
No.
But there are better promo guys.
Nothing beats Steiner Math. After the show's over, I'm showing you Steiner Math. Nothing beats that, I promise you.
Man, I don't know.
It's so funny.
I can't get down with Scott Steiner, and he's kind of a scumbag.
Word.
But that's besides the point. Overall, this night, I'll give I'd say it was probably like a 7.5 out of 10. Overall, the whole event, I'd give it 9 out of 10. This was a wonderful 2-night experience. And
Absolutely.
they're going to be doing 2-night WrestleManias for the foreseeable future. So that's exciting as shit. It lived up to the hype overall for sure. There were a lot of great spots, a lot of great people we didn't expect to see in certain ways. Like the Stone Cold second night was wild. It was the most obvious thing that could have happened. I didn't expect it at all when that glass shattered. So that was pretty cool.
I want to double back, and I want to say, you know what? I'm going to up it. I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10 overall both nights together. It definitely was the most enjoyed WrestleMania for me.
Ever?
No, just I want to say within the last, 7 years.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
Last 7 years is the most fun I've had.
Yeah, before this, I think my favorite was probably, 23 maybe was when Shawn Michaels fought John Cena?
Yeah.
Yeah, that WrestleMania as a whole was probably up there. Because 22 and 21 are fucking fantastic.
What else happened on that? Oh, that was Undertaker, Batista.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't remember if it was him or Mark Henry. Mark Henry was 22, though.
Who did Edge face at 23?
Was Mick Foley 22?
Yeah.
Edge? Oh, man.
Was he in a ladder match? He was.
He was in Money in the Bank.
Yes, he was.
That's when he got put through the ladder.
By Jeff Hardy, a returning
And
Jeff
he got
Hardy.
taken out.
Fuck. Good times.
And then
Another one.
and then later, whoever won that, I think it was Ken Kennedy, maybe?
Perhaps.
He got scummed out of the fucking Money in the Bank briefcase by Edge for a while.
WrestleMania 23 review. That's another video. We got to do that. That's a great show.
Retro reviews.
Yep. I got 06, No Way Out, and that. But
Hell yeah. And but yeah, we ramble a lot, but it was a great time.
for sure.
I'm excited for the future of what's going to be happening in WWE.
That's tonight.
I would say mainly tonight. My big hopes are that the title unification lives up to the hype, and that Tommaso Ciampa makes a debut, or they at least build to it.
Yeah. It's a big hope, man.
I'm leaving expectations open, but a little bit high because I am genuinely excited for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, great time, man.
I think that tonight is going to be dope as fuck, and we will let you know what we thought, because we'll be back again, because this is Tight Talk on Turnbuckles. Until the end, that's Roach Boy Red.
You guys, have a good day.